This is the type of ombre result we want. No harsh fronts, no overworking. But how do you get this blend? Let me show you. I'm Mahsa, PMU trainer. Let me show you how I create soft ombre powder brows from start to finish. We start by designing one eyebrow on the latex. It's very important to make sure the shape is correct. Here I'm using the P4 mini machine from EZ Company. The needle is Mahsa Pro 2 grade 10 single needle. The next step is to draw a line that separates the fade area. I draw a line right through the middle of the brow, so I know which part should be darker and which part lighter. In powder brows, we shade from bottom to top, from the darkest point to the lightest. The darkest area should be at the bottom of the brow. First, we work under the brow with a powder line. How you create that line really matters. You can practice it separately like this. Draw a line and go over it with shading strokes. Stay focused and work right on the line. If you're not sure how to shade, check the previous video where I explained shading on lips. One mistake is doing the powder line like this. That's completely wrong. You need a solid, consistent line with full pigment. So what do? Start one section, repeat it 3 times at least, then move on. Don't skip areas without repeating them. Now let's start the actual work. Be careful not to place your hand on the cartridge hole. It can cause pigment to splash. Your pinky should stay close to the needle. It gives support. I start from the tail and work the bottom line using the powder line technique. This line helps define our working border and also marks the darker area of the brow. It shouldn't be too dark, just enough to guide the design. Repeat this until you reach the front of the brow. Next, we shade the tail of the brow. Remember, the tail should also be dark. I use one direction shading to fill it. Here's an important point: overlapping. What is overlapping? It means you start each new column slightly before the last one ended, so the pigment blends and there are no gaps. If you're not sure how to overlap, go back to the previous video where I taught overlapping on lips. Now, the area below the center line should be darker, and the area above that line should be lighter. The key is powder brows is smooth fading, no visible borders. For the upper part, I use longer strokes with more space between pixels. That way, the pigment becomes lighter as we move up. The strokes also follow the natural brow shape. I repeat the process again. Darker at the bottom, lighter at the top. How do I control the darkness? By playing with the throw length of my hand. Short throws, more pigment. Long throws, softer, more diffused pigment. Here's a separate demo. Short throws, place pixels close together, looks darker. Long throws, spread them out, gives a faded effect. That's exactly what we want in this technique. Darker base, lighter top, a smooth transition. We continue the shading from the darker bottom part up to the lighter top section. As we reach the front of the brow, the pigment should get even lighter. After finishing the first pass, we need to clean the latex completely. This helps us see which areas need more work. You can use baby oil or Vaseline to clean it, but make sure to clean it well. Only then you can judge the quality of your work. Once it's clean, I check carefully. As you can see, some areas still needs more pigment, so now I go over those areas again. I keep repeating the process: shade, clean, and check, until there are no visible lines left. The final goal is a smooth powder brow that fades from dark to light without any harsh borders. You'll notice when it's done right. It looks soft, even, and natural. But be careful not to overload pigment on the upper part. Otherwise, you'll have to redo it too much. And remember, the top of the brow should stay lighter. If this tutorial helped you and you want more step-by-step PMU lessons, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for more.